I had to turn the volume of this tired ass entrance up. That's enough of that. We need to find somebody that can like really make us like a real. You put Blistex on your eyelids?
No, I'm scratching my eye. I put Blistex on my thumb. Shut up. Why'd I put Blistex on my eyes?
Because I seen you in the Blistex and I seen you rubbing your eyes.
No,
Thought it was like some kind of ritual you had going on.
Please don't piss me off already. Okay. Don't stop.
All right, y'all. So we back with another housewife. Is this your fingernail on it? Oh my god!
Yeah, then came over. We was fighting and he knocked my fucking nail off. Fuck! I had to pull it out. Don't be telling the people about my struggles, okay?
This is insane. So we're gonna recap Housewives, the last 2 episodes, which were very forgettable. Like they definitely felt like filler episodes.
Mm-hmm, it was definitely giving drama.
Because I remember the first episode they were planning the trip to Nashville
for Portia's birthday.
Oh god,
it's coming back to me.
Well, that tired ass trip, they could have kept it where it's at.
It was dry as hell.
I just feel like Portia was trying to seem like, oh, it's my birthday trip. No, bitch, it's the cash trip. Your birthday just happened to align within that time frame. Like I said before, I feel like Portia's a letdown. Like she's bringing absolutely nothing.
And I feel like she only is because we can't know the true tea. Simon not letting her say nothing. She can't record in the house. Because for real, if you watch her YouTube, she giving up all the tea on the YouTube. She be having her baby daddy on here. They be cooking hot dogs and shit. But she can't do nothing on the show, and that's corny.
Well, she should have came.
You should have came back so you can say something. That's what.
But then it's just like.
And I'm tired of this beef with her.
I was about to say the Drew situation.
Please let it go.
Because it's like, okay, you dragging it on. Like, do I feel like Drew's in the wrong to an extent? But do I feel like is that extreme to where we got to drag it and make this your storyline? I feel like outside of Drew, Portia has nothing going on.
Yeah, she can talk about, yes.
Yeah, well.
Agree. But in the same token, Drew shouldn't have brought her stinking ass on the trip when you knew you wasn't invited.
Angela invited her.
She knew she was not invited.
And then walked up. What'd she say? Howdy, bitches.
Yeah, it was all hype. But I was...
Like, girl, you weren't even invited. How do you walk at somebody?
But I was crying when she was ready to leave the table and Angela talking about something. Girl, eat your chicken. Angela
is like the perfect housewife. Like, I love her. So, you know, Carlos, did you see the Carlos King interview? He said, remember he was a producer on Housewives. He said they've been actually trying to get Angela on Housewives since season 3.
Oh, wow.
He said from season 3 to season 9, that's the seasons he was there, they tried to get her on every single year, and she just kept denying it for whatever reason. Oh. And he said the same thing. He felt like she would have been better fit with Kenya, Nene, the Candies, and Sheree. Like she would have gelled in good with her little low-key shade. Mm-hmm. Yeah, baby.
I think so. And I like her dynamic with Cynthia too. I feel like her and Cynthia would have been good.
Yeah,
throughout the season. And I feel like
love Cynthia. Period.
Cynthia giving more.
She was a perfect housewife.
Yeah, she giving more on the show this season than the actual housewife, and she gets a friend of the show.
I feel like outside of Angela, Shamia,
yeah.
Kelly is starting to grow on me.
Yeah, I do like.
She's starting to grow on me.
Brittany, she could go.
Brittany can go. I will never change my mind on her. She's still playing the victim card, but then try to tell Angela she was a victim. But I love how Kenya has been going, and she's still a topic of conversation.
And all of a sudden, she's gonna lose her license
over one thing that it happened, and then next day later, they please cut it out.
Now she's under investigation.
But apparently, she was already under investigation before.
I know. That's why the Portia said that she was an insurance fraud.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because there we go. Yeah. And she's trying to deflect and put it on Angela. But Britt, you are victimizing yourself. You threaten to unlive somebody. You say you want to pull a pistol out. That basically means you're about to shoot me.
Exactly. She gets mad that Angela caught on and actually questioned it because nobody else was questioning it. Everybody else was like,
Angela wanted to question from day one. Like,
I'm still waiting for it to progress to see what's going to happen because it's like we know stuff. Mm-hmm. Is going to take a turn already. Mm-hmm. So I'm ready for it to take the turn so I can see why her and Kelly are not going to be friends.
That's what I need to see because Kelly is so team Britt.
She being a good friend of her.
And now y'all don't even talk.
It's something about her. I don't know what it is.
Who, Britt?
She's
a fucking weirdo.
She's one of those people that don't have girlfriends.
You know something wrong when Giselle said they should have if they was going to put Kenya off, they should have put both of them off. Mm-hmm. And I definitely do agree with that. Like, how do you get rid of one and not the other? Exactly. I just showed a picture of a nude. This bitch threatened to shoot me several times.
The news was on the internet. It's not
exactly.
Like she told them she got
That's why when they were trying to say they do revenge porn, you can't.
Because it's public
Revenge
access.
porn is something that I have personal possession of that nobody else have, and then I publish it.
Right.
Girl, she went on internet. She went on Google and got that. Sucking dick. They said it was that.
Why did you say it like that?
They said it was one of them producers in Atlanta. He be on was he on Love and Hip Hop? What's the one with all the tattoos?
Oh, the guy, Hitmaker.
Yeah, him. They said it was him.
I did see that. Because Drew said she knew who it was.
Yeah, how would she know?
You know the dick or something she said.
I can't get over Drew talking about do you sell it? She's talking about sell what? The cat.
She was dead ass. That's what was funny. She was dead ass serious.
I just feel like Britt's husband has no interest in her. Like their conversation just be very much lie. That smoke detector was quiet the whole fucking time. As soon as we start recording, it start going off.
I didn't even hear it. I'm used to it.
I heard it. Watch. Oh, now I want to play fucking games.
Not to wait for it. I promise it got fresh batteries in it. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Child, would it be the old too? Fuck that.
Okay.
But yes, her husband shows no interest in her like at all. Like
it's given he don't like her.
Cause he like us.
He don't even look interested.
No, she got the wrong parts.
Exactly.
And she know it. It might be a lavender marriage. Alleged.
Cause I feel like even in the lavender marriage, y'all know what the deal is, and so y'all act accordingly. He not even acting accordingly. He don't even fake it. He don't.
When she was crying on that couch, that man was looking at her like.
It took him 45 business days to go over there and tap her shoulder like, "Oh, it's okay."
Yeah,
like,
he give a fuck.
Comfort her.
He ain't give a fuck. But yeah,
even though he probably tired of her running the story too. Of I'm the victim, girl. We don't want to hear.
I don't want to hear that shit no more. Because even he told her you doing too much. But that night she was cutting it up and carrying on.
Yeah, that's why he took the mic off.
Mm-hmm. But then Drew shows up and shakes the trip up, honey. I feel like Drew came and put the excitement in the trip because wasn't shit really going on.
I don't think that she did.
Then Drew came and fucking dinner went left. Bitches start popping off. Portia walking around with a fucking attitude. She killed the vibe. The energy that was in that room. When she walked in, it just sucked the life out of that whole scene. And it's just like, if one person can do that, you are bringing in a whole franchise. I don't know why they thought Portia was going to be the one to anchor the show and be able to lead the new girls. Absolutely not. Because
I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because I feel like it's only that way because she can't talk about so much shit. So she got to make up shit along the way. She got to be fake mad. She got to have an attitude because what else she going to do? Her baby daddy not trying to record her. He's too busy trying to record with Drew so she can't talk about him. Or she's talking about him, but that's her.
Well, at least she did put the album out.
What album?
Drew.
Oh, didn't know.
It's here. The street said it was listenable. I didn't listen to it.
I was like, did you listen to it?
Absolutely fucking not.
I didn't even know it was out.
Baby.
I knew about Shamir's song. That was it.
Yeah. Well, Drew really does have an album out. They said it was good. Okay. Well, I'm not going to say. The few 5-6 tweets that I've seen about it.
Crying. Okay.
They said it was listenable. Somebody posted something the other day talking about, is this our summer bop? Please, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Summer bop?
We don't even know the first bop that she allegedly.
I was about to say, what's one of the songs? Give me a song.
But kudos to Drew for putting it out there.
Go girl, what your bad say?
I didn't know Hot Dog Man was a producer though.
Me either.
Well, maybe Portia didn't either.
Maybe he didn't either. I feel like he just made this up one day and
it just ran with it.
Let Drew tell it. He been in the music business for 6 years.
Well, it's Drew telling the story, so we already got to read between the lines with that one. Now, I don't think they're messing around. I think Portia is just pushing it.
Yeah, because she needs something to talk about.
I think she's pushing it. Like when she came downstairs and said, I found out my baby father is filming with Drew. Remember she said that in her confessional. Mm-hmm. How could you find that out if you're still filming? That means, from what I'm taking from it, one of the producers said something to you because you knew Drew was on the trip to try to probably, get shit started. But
right, because then they flashed over to the scene of where they was together. But it wasn't something that I feel like would have been released had she not mentioned it. Mm-hmm. You see how they always got those clips in the tuck, but they don't really make the show unless it's mentioned. So for she the one that's making a big deal because how many scenes have we actually seen with them two?
None. And remember they went to the studio and he was supposed to be there and he wasn't there. When who went to the studio? Was it Angela? I think Angela and Kenya. It was like the second or third episode when they went to the studio to see Drew. And Kenya asked, where's Dennis? And she was like, he's supposed to be here, but he didn't make it. So it's not even like he's filming with her all the time. I only seen him, as far as I can recall, in like 2 or 3 scenes. And that's pushing it.
It's not that deep.
It's not. But she has nothing else to hang on to.
But we've been hanging on this for how many episodes? Let it go. The first two, maybe.
But even like Drew said, like, I'll buy you a bottle of wine. Like, we can sit down and talk about it. Like, I don't think it's that serious. Like, I do think Drew was being messy because you could have told me that you were going to produce for him or whatever the case may be. Just out of generosity because we're friends and that's my baby father.
Exactly.
Like, regardless what their situation is, that's still her baby father. So I do feel like you owed her at least, hey, he's going to help me with my album, this and the third. That's going to be the end of it.
I get that.
But for you to drag it on, we're halfway through the season and this is still a topic.
I completely agree. That's
it's
like
a burnout.
Business with my baby daddy, and I'm like, so Ronald, you was going to tell me next year we're here working with my baby daddy?
Like, you...
Bitch, like, you see us record this podcast, you see me all the time.
Yes.
You text me.
And it's insane. But remember, she did text Portia.
Right.
And said, can we talk? It's something we need to talk about. At that point, I feel like Drew should have just been like, you know what, since she keep avoiding a conversation, I feel like part of Portia knew already. Mm-hmm. I feel like a part of Portia knew that they were working together, and that's when the Simon shit came out. So she didn't want to talk to her because then if I avoid you off camera, once we get on camera, I can use that as a storyline. Since I can't talk about the divorce and all that shit, I can hold on to this until we start filming. Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but I feel like both of them dragging it along. But I also feel like it's only being dragged on for production purposes too. Like you said,
but I feel like Drew is just dragging it along because she's going on whatever way Portia going on. I'm not going to keep kissing. Yeah, it's like, bitch, you made that up.
That's what I'm saying. Because in one case, it's like, Drew, fuck it. Like, stop talking about it. Make another friend talk about something else.
Yeah.
Your baby daddy still living in the basement. Talk about that. Like...
we seen them arguing at the courthouse, honey. Girl. So we.
And then Portia, if it's my birthday trip, I don't care who came, who did what. It's my birthday. I'm gonna show up and show the fuck. I don't care what nobody else is
talking about. My sisters flew all the way over here. It's production being so messy and put that flight was only an hour and 15 minutes. Y'all could have left that out.
No, production messy as hell.
Because the way Portia was saying it, like these people got on a fucking plane and had to fly 4, 5, 6 hours.
They were flying to Thailand or something. It wasn't a deal.
Baby, y'all flew for 65 minutes
to Tennessee.
Y'all could have drove there. When we drove there to our when I did the cabin trip a couple years ago, we drove to some part of Tennessee. It only took us like 45 minutes, but our cabin was in like Blue Ridge, Georgia, or something like that. Okay. But I remember we rode to Tennessee to do the white water rafting. 45 minutes. Y'all could have got on a motherfucking party bus.
She was dragging it. Let it go. I feel like don't mention it again next episode. Although I feel like they will because that was the whole reason why she was upset. But let it go.
They're going to drag it to the end of the season. And then Phaedra going to come in. We still going to drag it along. Then we got to hear it again at the reunion. Like, only people that's really giving storyline is Angela, Shamia, Kelly, Drew.
Angela not really giving a storyline. I feel like Angela's she's stirring up drama low key.
She's stirring up drama, but she's not backing down from it either.
Yeah, no, and I like that because she's keeping it exciting. But for real, you really stop and look like
her storyline. I need to get into
about Angela's life.
I need to get into that the kid situation.
She don't want to talk about the baby that he had on her.
No, fuck that. Her crazy ass daughter, the one that got married.
They addressed.
That's what I need to know.
They addressed the daughter getting married.
I need the cameras to go to that household.
And the auntie and the grandmama, everybody having beef, but it was just that 5 seconds in the show, and then we never addressed it again. So it's like Angela's not really giving us much.
Angela's like keeping everything together.
Yeah, within the group.
She's good. She's really, really good in group scenes.
Yeah.
Like, she's really good.
She get that wig to stay down and stop having to carry her fan around. She'll be all right.
She says she's only 42.
She's lying. She's lying. I mean, granted, she look good, but she ain't 42.
Well, it's not how you look, it's how you feel.
That too, but she look good, though. So it's not like I'm looking at her like...
She look better than her younger countermates.
Yeah. Everybody just need to take it down a notch for the plastic surgery and he'll be
The Botox is taking me out.
Yeah, it is. And then she could say she got more on her nose because it was too pink.
I don't know what Britt got going on, but she needs something to open up her airways because that shit just sound like she always congested and clogged up.
And nasally, yeah. Bless her heart.
Quite frankly, I'm sick of it.
Okay, and then it's bad enough that she already knows she nasally, and then every time she talking, she whining about something or want to fight somebody about something. Like,
baby, it's next week. Angela telling that lady she got mouths on her mouth.
I'm crying. No, listen.
I can't wait for that because, like, how do you fix your lips to tell somebody that? Always messy. Remember, Nene and Marlo was fighting at the first one. Well, she was chasing Nene around the court because Nene didn't want to talk to Marlo because Marlo was talking to Kenya.
Yeah.
They is
Forever messy. It's always some shit.
Forever messy. And I remember Carlos King saying they didn't want to film the Bailey Q.
Wow.
Originally, production didn't want to film the Bailey Q. And he was telling them, no, I think we should do it because all the ladies want to be there. So, like, I'm pretty sure something's going to pop off. And just assure.
Messy.
Shit. Cynthia's another one. Cynthia Events is always messy. I can't think of one Cynthia event down to her wedding. Both of them.
What happened at the second one?
Bitch, it was COVID and she wanted all them people in there.
Oh, yeah. She was trying to take everybody out because she wanted a wedding on 10/10/20. Guess to turn around and get divorced.
That's what we need to talk about.
That's really what we need to talk about. I'm waiting for her to say something. Because she keep mentioning it. You know, they show both of her husbands up on the screen. Why you divorced that man?
Now, the wedding to Peter was a mess. Remember they was hiding the certificate and shit like that? Like,
and it was broke as hell. And Peter kept trying to throw these extravagant weddings and these anniversary parties knowing he ain't had no money. He pissed me off. You got all this money for this thing, but you don't got enough money to marry your wife?
Is Bar One still?
I don't know. I heard he wasn't paying taxes on that stuff.
Yeah.
Allegedly, that's what I heard.
Alleged. That was what it is.
That's what they had said.
He going to the Slammer.
Put him in there.
He going to the Slammer. Speaking of, you see Mia talking about she want a peach?
I knew it was coming. As soon as she said she was leaving and she was going to Atlanta, I knew it was coming.
I don't think she would fit well with them, though. The way she lie more than Drew, and that's not a compliment.
I feel like they're going to read that lady for filth. Her and her big feet. They're going to read her for filth. Okay. And you know what? I'm here for it. Put her on there.
She can't hang with them.
She can't. And it's going to be a mess.
She can barely take Candace reads. When Giselle was reading her at the reunion, it's like, Giselle is like a lightweight when it comes to the shade with the rest of the girls. Now, imagine they put Mia on there and they bring Nene back. Bitch, it's over.
I wish they would bring Nene back.
Just get it over with.
Like, please.
Just get it. Even if y'all just bring her back for one season, bring her back.
Please.
And you need to bring Kenya back.
The show to start. Like, her and Cynthia can be friends at the show. No, I feel like bring Cynthia back as a full-time peach holder.
So we can be messy.
Yeah. And Cynthia, she's a good housewife.
But I they better bring Kenya back. She said they invited her to the reunion, then they uninvited her, so she don't know like if she's gonna go or not. I think she should come.
But for what? She was only in 2 episodes and then she got fired.
But the thing is,
she don't have much to talk about. But the scene
I feel like I agree with Kenya. Y'all gave her the grace to go around and apologize for whatever she did, and y'all terminated me right away. Like, where is the grace? That, like Kenya said, that lady wasn't even employed for 30 days. I've been with y'all for what, 12 seasons? Mm-hmm. And done multiple shows with y'all outside of this. What was that, like the Ultimate Girls Trip or something like that? Like, she's done multiple shows with y'all, and this is what we do. So at least give me the common courtesy and the grace to come speak her piece and apologize and whatever it is. But like to just say, oh, you're gone.
I feel like if I was her, the way they did her dirty, like you said, they didn't give her grace, they didn't give her a chance. I wouldn't even come back to try to apologize. Y'all need my apology. Y'all did what y'all did. Y'all said what y'all said.
Well, allegedly Angela was the only one that was checking on her.
Really? I thought Portia did too.
Well, Portia said that.
I thought Kenya said that. I don't know. Don't get me lying.
Kenya told Portia, don't use me for your storyline and what you got going on.
I'm crying. Is that what she said? Is that what she said?
Girl, they had a little scuttlebutt on Instagram.
I'm cracking up. Missed all that.
Girl, Portia, Kenya wasn't playing with her. When the first video came out, and she was talking about like something along the line, and Kenya came up about supporting instead of third. And that's when Kenya's like, girl, you ain't called me.
Oh, that's messy. Okay.
Well, but I do like how I feel like even to this day when it comes up, they're still like team Kenya. And I think that's why Britt is so angry.
Yeah. That her friends is actually still sticking beside her.
But my thing is, I just met you a month ago, babe. That's been my friend for years.
Exactly.
Even if it's not a friend, that's been my associate for years. I've been filming with this lady for years.
Yeah, because her and Drew got cool, a couple seasons ago.
Mm-hmm. So it was like...
Girl. And even her and Kelly been getting along. Mm-hmm. Because Kelly kept saying, I don't even know like where this came from because I didn't get this out of Kenya, blah, blah, blah. Because Britt came too strong from the beginning. She was doing too much, but... She
wanted an issue with Kenya.
Yeah, she's weird.
Now that Kenya going, now you keep fucking with Angela. And Angela reading you at every corner that you get to. So
I feel like she's trying to be like in the Housewives Hall of Fame or some shit. Like,
well, baby, you're going to be in the one season. You're going to be in the one season crew.
Please let this be her one and only season. Don't bring her back.
Because my thing is, you can't even conversate because even the conversation that they showed next week with her and Angela, why do you got to get so aggressive all the time? So it goes back to prove Kenya's point. It's nothing I ever did or said to you to make you get that angry. I called you a peasant and said, don't talk to me. Why are you that angry? Now you got to pull out a gun. Right. She asked you about your insurance lawsuit or your investigation that you got going on. That sent you to the moon.
The motherfucking room. I said, wait a minute. What happened?
Yes.
I thought it was having tea. I thought it was a peace brunch.
Then even still. They talking about something else. Mm-hmm. Can you read the words that are coming out of my fucking mouth? First of all, I can't read anything coming out your mouth. I can hear it.
Your lips barely move, sweetheart.
I can't hear over the congestion you got going on.
I'm crying.
I can't hear shit. But she's an angry woman.
Yeah. Just get rid of her.
They called her, what did Giselle call her? Pistol Girl.
Not Pistol Girl.
They
Where
called
was
her
this?
Pistol.
Watch Happens Live?
No, she was on like this interview with these two white guys.
Oh.
And they was on there and they asked about the situation. And she said, well, if that was Potomac, Pistol Girl would have been terminated right away.
I definitely do think they got different standards for different franchises.
Mm-hmm. Because them white housewives be beating each other the fuck up.
Who? They
said they hit somebody in the head with a glass on the white show. What's that, Salt Lake City? Or Jersey?
Probably.
See, Ryan watch all of them.
I watch Salt Lake City, but Jersey I tried.
Which one is Teresa on?
Jersey.
Okay, so Ryan watched that. He had me watching Salt Lake City reunion. Is that the one with Heather?
Yeah.
She lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, she on Ozempic.
Well, she better leave it alone. You know what? For people that go on Ozempic that don't actually have diabetes, it helps you lose weight, but it affects your body in other ways. Especially, so Marla was on Ozempic. Okay. And she did an interview and she said she had to stop taking it because it started throwing her menstrual off. Like it started throwing her cycle on, either to come on too late or to come on and she would just like bleed for long extended periods of time. And come to find out it was from her taking the Ozempic. But it's like it's made for diabetics to lose weight because they have a hard time losing weight. Right. So it's something for them to keep their A1C under control, but it also helps them lose the weight. So it's like kind of a balance thing. It's not just, let me lose 40 pounds, let me get on Ozempic. Then they face start sinking and looking like crackheads from Kensington.
Please, not the crackheads from Kensington.
That's what they look like. I don't make the news. I'll just fucking report it.
Listen, I mean, she looked good.
Okay. Who looked good? Heather?
Heather, yeah. She lost a lot of weight. She looked good.
She do look good. I seen her on Instagram yesterday. No, I made that up. I seen her on Twitter. Somebody had posted a picture. She had like this little pink dress on. She looked nice.
I stay away from Twitter, X, whatever it's called, because
you can't open that in public because only Lord knows what's going to pop up. But that's where I get my Housewives mess from.
Yeah, that and Instagram. I feel like.
See, I don't follow none of the Housewives pages on Instagram. Maybe I should start.
Yeah, a couple of them. But the ones I follow is mainly the ones for
I follow like the
Atlanta.
Only follow certain Housewives. I follow.
Yeah, I don't follow all the Housewives.
You don't follow none of the Housewives?
I don't follow all of them. I follow
the people that need to be followed.
Exactly.
The other ones, they can.
The new ones, no, I don't follow none of them.
No, I don't follow none of the new ones. No. I don't even follow Shamia yet.
I follow Shamia.
I'm gonna get there.
Like Nene.
Oh, I got to keep up with Nene.
Sheree.
Now, why you get rid of Sheree?
I can't. I'm sorry. She posted a picture the other day, and
you just felt in your spirit to unfollow that lady.
It just didn't sit right with my spirit. I had to let her go. I had to unfollow her.
Well,
but I've been doing that a lot lately. I'm following people that's just like.
Speaking of Sheree, we still don't have She by Sheree.
Did you think we were going to get it?
Well, she had a fashion show. I remember Apollo was in it, and that outfit that Apollo had on was really, really nice. But then you went to the website, it was a shit with that TV on the website, but then you couldn't order nothing.
Candy said.
Then she took us to the warehouse with all the boxes and stuff, so I thought we was getting somewhere.
She had them Shein shirts on the
Candy
website.
said She by Shein.
For $200 a pop. Nobody was buying that shit.
Coffee mugs and what's the little fucking things you put on the table, the coasters.
Now you should be saying anything, because how we go from She by Sheree supposed to be a high fashion line,
high fashion spring summer,
joggers, spring summer, and now we got coasters.
Every season it was different. I wonder how's Sheree paying for that house? Because that's a big ass house. How's she paying for it?
I don't know.
It's nice as shit though.
It is nice.
Well, they said it's in Thelma name.
That's what Kenya kept saying. But my thing was, after a certain point when you realized that your kids wasn't going to be there no more to build the house, I wouldn't have built it as big. I feel like at this point it was as big as it was still.
But where they going? Don't they still live there?
No, didn't her kids go off to school? They all went off to college.
Who? No, that boy got locked up and had that baby.
He got locked up?
Yeah. Sheree's son was in jail.
I don't recall him ever going to... I remember him getting locked up for the DUI thing.
What's Sheree's son name?
I don't know.
Let's look it up.
Cairo. I know he got a baby, but I didn't know he went back.
Yeah, remember he was in jail. And I said, well, that's funny because remember she was talking shit about Nene when her son got locked up.
Right. Did you say knocked up?
When he got locked up. Remember her son got locked up for stealing from Walmart?
He was knocked up. Wait a minute.
He was stealing from the Walmart. Okay, here goes Sheree. Now we're going to find her son. They only got her parents as Thelma. Where the rest of her parents at? The rest of them.
Where who parents at?
When you look up Sheree, it only say her mom named Thelma. And that lady claimed to be 55. She made that up.
Who 55?
I got to look it up at another. Sheree.
Listen, let me tell you something. And that's another one. She was so pretty.
Would you bring Sheree back?
No.
I would bring it back as a friend.
I would say she could be a friend, but she can't, not a full, because she don't got nothing to talk about. Remember what we had to go through with her last storyline when she was with that man from jail?
Here come Click Collect.
Honey, please. When she was with that man.
Tyrone.
Yeah, coming out of jail when he left her downtown.
Had her sitting downtown in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Oh, in the cold.
But I seen somebody said that he was on Tinder.
Doing what?
Trying to find a woman, honey. They had pictures of his profile over there. It was either Tinder or Bumble, one of them.
You made that up.
I'm dead ass. They had him on there. Somebody took a picture of it, was screenshot and put it on the internet. He was on there looking for love. He's so annoying. He's still looking for love, child.
He had love right there. She was ready for him to come home from the pen.
No, she wanted the storyline. She didn't like that man.
She said she was going to marry him.
She did not like that man. You heard what I said. She didn't like that man. We all seen the type of men Sheree go after. They gotta have money. This man was in jail for fraud. What was he bringing?
Remember him and Nene was beefing?
Yeah, like what was he bringing home to her? Nothing.
Yo, when him and Nene was beefing, it was the funny because it's like, sir, you are in jail. Why are you beefing with the whole Housewives cast?
I'm crying. Because again, she needed a storyline.
He was our storyline for a couple seasons.
My point exactly. And then once he was going, what happened? She wasn't on the season no more.
Well, she got fired again.
Exactly, because she never got a storyline. That one storyline she made it work when she was a bone carrier. Like, then after that,
she has to be like the most fired housewife in history. Mm-hmm. She got fired like 3 or 4 times. I wouldn't keep fucking coming back.
Depending on how much they offering, child. She got to pay for that.
And then they get her on there, and then what do we get?
Not a thing.
Not a fucking thing.
Not a thing. Some joggers.
But I wonder, like, so before they start filming, like, do they have like, what do you have going on that we need to film? Like, or do they just like, hey, we want to film you on these days, and it's just like, go for it?
I feel like I would assume so because when the new Housewives come on, they got to give their little tape, a little audition tape of what's going on in their life, what businesses they own, blah, blah, blah. So you can see like where the potential is. Mm-hmm. So I would assume if you coming back, they got to know what's going on.
Yeah. Because I know.
The only person that stayed booked and had shit going on was Candy.
I know when they was talking about, when Mia was doing an interview, she said they asked her if she was to go into Housewives of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to get brought in as a friend of somebody. Yeah. She said it wouldn't be hard because she knows all of them.
I'm about to say, I heard that.
Only one she said she didn't know was Angela. Mm-hmm. I think Angela, she said, and the only housewife she didn't know. Mm-hmm. And it might have, she said she just met Kelly, so she don't know her, but like she knows Portia, she knows Drew, she knows Shamia. So she said, she said, so if any of them had to like usher her in, like it wouldn't be out of the norm. Mm-hmm. Because I remember Nene saying sometimes they'll do like test filming with each housewife, like if somebody don't know you and see who you got a better fit with, and then they'll say, okay, you fit better with Nene. Let's say Nene's going to bring you in. Yeah. Okay. But she said sometimes you don't. That's how they did with
Eva. They passed her around the friend group. One minute Nene brought her in, she was Nene's friend, then she became Portia's friend, then she became Tanya's friend. Like she was everybody's friend.
Tanya, she disappeared after that sex scandal. We ain't seen that lady since.
Somebody was talking about her last night on TikTok. Like, oh, we really ain't seen her since the whole
Bolo thing.
Blah, 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 yeah. And somebody was asking like how she was doing. And somebody said she was on TikTok and her and Paul broke up and she living in Canada.
They broke up after Bolo?
That's what they said.
Well, Nene told her that shit wasn't gonna last when they was in Tokyo. Remember, she was crying.
She did. She was real upset about that. She told you might marry somebody else. She did tell you that, girl.
And Nene like, girl, y'all been engaged for 10 years. The man ain't marrying you.
I'm crying.
Nah, we need more Nene.
That's all I'm saying. Just bring her back. Like,
did you see the thing on TikTok? And it was like, if I can't blurt out a random housewife quote and you don't pick it up, we can't be friends. Yeah.
That's real life.
Where is your scooter? Where is it, girl?
You know, my friend, she don't even watch Housewives, but the other day she kept saying, Kimono is across the street. We was at work cracking.
Did you see the Muppet version they made of it?
The Muppet versions kill me because they be so ugly. They be so ugly.
They had the one like the My 600 Pound Life where the lady was like, she thinks she pregnant because she craving things, and the doctor was like, "What are you craving?" She was like, "What?" Bitch, you ain't pregnant. You just thirsty.
Okay. I never even watched that show, but that lady, I always call her thing. I pay my bills. My bills is paid.
I've never watched that show. Like, I just be seeing like the clips on TikTok, and that little doctor be like getting them together.
Yes.
Like, I would just die before I go see him because you just go there. That lady told me I go Google your diet plan you gave me. He said, "No, you can't."
The crazy thing is, I mean, he ain't 600 pounds, but he ain't slim either. And he be coming at their neck real crazy.
He's short and fat.
Yeah, it's like, sir, pump your brakes. Hold up.
But they do be big as shit.
They do, because I was watching one where, I don't know what the situation was, but it was 3 different people. I guess the family, they was all getting on the scale. And the guy got on the scale, he was like 4 something, I think. The lady got on the scale, she was like 6 something. He goes, say, damn. I said, wait a minute. What's happening here?
As if he got room to talk.
Exactly. How you getting this lady?
Child. I can't take them. But back to my girl, honey. I want them to bring Nene back. She's a good Kiki.
For
like,
sure.
She gonna make the girls work.
Housewife.
She gonna make the girls work.
She definitely gonna give some drama. She gonna stir it up for sure.
Oh, for
I feel
sure.
like her and Angela would get along.
To an extent.
I feel like her, Angela, and Cynthia would have been a nice little...
To an extent. You know, Nene gonna be messy at some point in the season.
As long as she don't bring Marlo back.
Especially in her confessionals. They could leave Marlo wherever she is.
Wherever
she need to come pick fucking Brit up, and then them two can like go off in the sunset.
No, for real.
Because I'm sick of it.
I feel like it was only fucked up. Marlo only fucked it up when she got a peach. When she was a friend of the show for 20 years.
That's what I said. Cool. I loved her as a friend.
Yes, when y'all brought her and gave her a peach,
that bitch lost her fucking mind. Yeah. Kicked them fucking kids out. Want to start arguing with Candy over the dead cousin.
Candy wasn't being a good friend. Like, she barely liked
And Candy, and you know what's funny? Candy was your storyline for 2 years. Soon as Candy said, "Okay, I'm taking a break because y'all taking too long to get back to us," who got fired? Marlo, because that was your storyline.
And Sheree.
Yeah, because she wanted the bandwagon, and then look at y'all bitches. Unemployed.
And the other girl, I'm happy they got rid of her too.
Which one?
The one that's pregnant. What's her name?
Oh, the Olympic girl. Yeah, because that's all she brought to the table. I'm an Olympian. Okay.
Her husband.
Sonya. Her husband was fine. Remember, she tried to get Kenya together in Jamaica when they was at that table, and she was like, "Kenya." I forgot what happened with her and Kenya, but I remember Kenya saying, "Sonya, we had this conversation already. You didn't appreciate that I hung the phone up on you. I apologize. What other issue do you have with me?" And she was just sitting there, and the table was like crickets. So Candy was like, well, in her confessional, she was like, "Sonya, you can't hang with Kenya, so I don't know why you would ever think you can come for her." And then she was in her confessional, was like, "I don't know what I'm thinking. I can't even think of anything. I should be reading her for filth. We're in Jamaica." Girl, no, you made an ass out of yourself. You let Marlo pump you up again.
Always.
When you and Kenya already had a conversation. So there was no need to bring it to the group.
And her and Marlo got a podcast out now. You get on my nerves so bad.
News, breaking news.
I'm crying. Wait, we got off track. What else happened in the past 2 episodes?
That was it. That tired ass trip.
Oh.
And then it ended with them Drew was leaving the trip.
Oh. Okay.
It ended with them having a little debacle, and because remember that the ending scenes was when they all were downstairs having a kiki, and then Portia came down at Dynamic Exchange, and then they was like, "Okay, well, let's go eat," and then that's when they all started having a little back and forth, and Drew was like, she's going to leave, but Portia's trying to make it seem like, "Oh, I never made her feel uncomfortable." You did.
But if you know I don't like you, why would you show up to my birthday trip? Invite her to not.
Well, first of all, it's not her birthday trip; it's the cast trip.
Well, that's what it was portrayed as. It's
going to be.
Trip.
Yeah.
So don't come, because for at first she wasn't going to come.
Because she was at Dennis lounge the night before.
Telling Angela, "Oh, I'm not sure. I gotta check the temperature. Blah 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 blah. Person don't want me to come." And then you took forever to fly out there. You didn't have to come.
It's only an hour flight.
Whatever. It took her 4.
Because they said she was on her way for a long fucking time.
She said she was saying she was on her way for 3 hours.
Well, maybe it was a flight delay.
I don't got time for that. No matter what it was, she shouldn't have came. She should have stayed where she was at.
I just feel like even before she got there, like Portia was just miserable. Like even when they were arguing over Drew, it's like she ain't fucking that man and she ain't pregnant by that man. You can't be this upset that he's producing an album. Y'all both going through a divorce. I feel like this is a time like they both could have benefited from like being around each other. Y'all both going through a divorce. Although yours was like very scamish. I think Ralph and Drew are going through like a real divorce. That other one's over there a little touch and go.
Guess let Ralph free so he can get his man, child.
Yes, he can come pick me up because I'm sick of waiting.
I'm crying.
Drew was holding up the process.
Now he come pick me up.
Drew was holding up the process. But I just feel like that would have been the time for them to come. But even Kelly, like, she's going through a divorce. So it's like, them three right there could have been like the perfect, okay, let's
lean on each other.
Yeah, like, what are we going
to get through it together?
And not for nothing, you got Aunt Cynthia going through a divorce.
Not Aunt Cynthia. Cynthia divorced. She ain't going through one.
That ain't finalized. How the fuck she get divorced before Kenya?
Everybody got divorced before Kenya. She's still not divorced?
No, if I'm not mistaken, they still not divorced.
That's crazy. How the divorce process longer than a marriage?
Well, Mike, what's that man's name? Mark probably holding it up.
For what? He didn't like her from the beginning. If I don't like you and I want to get away from you, I'm going to take the first chance to get away from you.
It's given like the only housewives who have husbands that you feel like generally love them is like Greg, Chris from over there in Potomac with Candace.
Yeah.
I like Chris and Candace dynamic. They're fucking wacky, but who else is married in Potomac? Eddie and Wendy.
Oh, I like Eddie and Wendy. Karen and Ray.
Well,
child. That's how I feel about Chris and Candace. Something about them just don't.
I don't know about the Ray and Karen thing.
Karen and Ray don't know about the Karen and Ray thing. So, but I did see on Watch What Happens Live. She said they love Karen.
They love the Grand Dame.
Mm-hmm, they love her.
They probably seen her was like, is that Karen?
Not the Grand Dame in the prison.
She probably in the finest oodles and noodles they got in there. Okay,
I'm crying.
That bitch eating a Pop-Tart, not a tart pop, honey. Don't play with her. Candace is living. Karen is living her best life.
Child.
I hope Candace come back. I do want to see her as a mom.
I can do without it.
Now this is what I'm going to say. If she come back and her and Giselle still going at it, production needs to sit them down and make them have a conversation because this has been going on since like season 5.
What are they so mad about?
But remember, she tried to say,
that her
pretty much,
made her uncomfortable.
Yeah. But I get where Candace coming from because all that time we was off film, you were around me, you were at my party, you was at my release party, you came to the Grammy party. Like it's been several rooms that we've been in. Now all of a sudden when you're on camera, you want to bring this up like, oh, he made me feel uncomfortable. And Candace, like Candace said, people can take that and interpret that into a million different ways because Giselle, your story always changed. Mm-hmm. It went from you was uncomfortable till he closed the door. Then it's like, girl, what?
But I feel like if she do, Giselle, just based on the path that she been on this past season, she might try to sit down and talk to her. She did. If she could sit
Candace
down and talk with Wendy,
sits down and needs to listen. That's going to be the hiccup.
Yeah, she like to talk.
But I mean, from that standpoint, I get it. It's like a Phaedra and Candy type thing. You're putting out there that this man was in the room trying to do something, like made you feel uncomfortable or what. Y'all been around each other several times as well, you and him. Mm-hmm. You could have simply said, hey, then you're going to say he made everybody leave the room. So not one person decided, okay, let me I'm not going nowhere. Like whatever you're about to say, you can.
That's her best friend that do her hair. I'm pretty sure he would have stayed behind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like Candace said, you're not about to take me and my marriage and drag it through the mud and use it as a storyline. So if Candace don't want to sit down, like I get it to an extent, but at least y'all need to be cordial.
Or Candace can stay at home.
Or Giselle can grow the fuck up.
Everybody can.
Because look how long it took for her and Wendy to sit down and talk. And it was like you.
Yeah, what was her and Wendy's beef?
Wendy didn't like her because Giselle didn't like her. Because once again, Giselle was talking about somebody's wedding, marriage. Because remember, she was talking to Ashley about Eddie. And Ashley messy ass took it back over there to Wendy. And Wendy checked Giselle in front of their whole room. And that's how their whole...
Ashley talked too much, so she's still going through a damn divorce herself.
What?
They can leave her out too. Or demote her down to a friend.
Or just take her off the show, period.
Because let me tell you something.
Stacey coming back.
Next season, if she come back singing them fucking songs, I'm cutting off the TV and I'm not turning it back on. But I'm tired of her going on tour thinking she Beyonce, she can't sing. What is she doing?
Don't play with her.
No.
I'm going to book her at your wedding.
She playing herself. No.
I'm booking her right at your wedding.
You can't come now because why would you book her? You and her.
These housewives, like, I think the only housewife that I heard sing, I'll give Drew her credit.
That was it.
Who else supposed to be singing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Shamia. Candace is
sound good.
now I let my girl Candace down. She's a studio girl because I seen her in person at the Tamar show and it was just like, she's skinny as hell in person. Mm-hmm. She is tiny in person. Gorgeous girl, but she's tiny, like short and skinny. Mm-hmm. Who else supposed to sing over there?
I think that's it.
I mean, we got Candy. Don't do Candy Book Burris. Don't do Candy Book Burris, honey.
Please. It was Tucker. You and the birds over there. Don't start with me because I ain't even said nothing.
Candy can get a note out.
What you call it was a good singer. And I feel like they can bring her back next season. She could have came back.
The one that couldn't dress?
Yeah.
Shamari, I think her name was.
Yeah.
Was it Shamari? Yeah, the one that's married to Ronald from Belvedere DeVoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her.
Mm-hmm. I like Shamari.
She just couldn't dress.
Shamari.
She just couldn't dress. She was stuck in the 90s.
Yeah.
But I liked her because she was an open book. Like, it was nothing. Like, I felt like she was very transparent as a person. Like,
yeah, she liked to take a drink. She had a good time. Ooh. Each time, everywhere she went, she had a good ass time.
Maybe they was at a table. That girl was like, what's her name? Yolanda. Yolanda. She said, I was that bitch.
C-A-U. Like, okay, girlfriend.
She was like, Eva, my issue with you is Eva like Candy. I don't know.
That whole dinner was a big ass, hot ass
once Anini's event, and we see why that went like.
Always. You know who I wouldn't even be mad if came back because I want to know the tea?
Who?
Kim.
Oh my God. And her 14 divorces. Now that's a long divorce.
Crazy.
From the same person. Her and Corey got a lot going on.
They do. That's why I said I want to know the tea. You can bring her back.
The only thing with Kim is she just feel like she's better than everybody. Like,
but that's always been her attitude.
No, but I remember Kenya did her interview with Carlos King, and she was saying how, what was that, season 5 that her and Portia came on? Was that season 5? Yeah.
Who?
Kenya and Portia. They came on season 5, right?
Yeah, I think it was 5, yeah.
She said all the girls had stopped filming. They was like protesting against filming because Kim didn't want to come to the cast trip.
Right, that was when it was the whole big thing about.
And she was saying
she was pregnant and she couldn't travel.
Yeah, but Kenya was saying like even before the show started, production took the dates to block out like for the cast trip. So they booked the cast trip around Kim's pregnancy because these are the dates that she said she was free.
Right.
So Kenya said they all started protesting. She said that's when Portia had an event and Kenya was the only one there. And then Kenya had something. And she said if you notice in them 2 episodes, it was nobody from the cast there.
Yeah. It was
because them two was everybody else was protesting. Mm-hmm. So, they had to just keep filming with them 2 until everybody finally got on one accord. And that's when they booted Kim off like 2 episodes into the season, 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
Because then everybody decided to come back.
You ever watch that show?
Absolutely not.
I watched some of it.
I've never watched anything about Kim other than Housewives.
I feel like her dynamic is better when she amongst the people. Her by herself. I mean, it gives the same thing that they give on Housewives when they show gets her with her family. It's like,
which is much or nothing.
Yeah, so she's better in a group dynamic. Her by herself. I don't know how she got.
Because she's cursed out, like. And
then
like, she was tugging on her wig.
Pregnant. And then she turned around. You know what's funny because I'm watching it over, and then she tugged your wig off and pulled your wig off, and now she get bridesmaid. I was watching that earlier, like this was a mess.
It's Nene running outside talking about, "Hold on, Mr. Lindsay Lohan, Daddy."
No, that part will forever be funny. You stay right there, Lindsay Lohan, Daddy.
Then fucking Sheree came over and tugged that lady wig. Oh my God. The early season of Housewives was a key. Like, that's what them girls didn't care. Like, you could tell they was like wasn't putting on for the cameras.
Yeah, definitely.
Now it's just like
Phaedra, her transition into like when she first got onto shows.
Remember she know her due date?
Yes.
Phaedra been lying since she got on our TV screens.
Since day one.
Sheree said, July. As Nene eat the salad.
And then her confession, shut up, that is so stupid.
She said, girls in the hood might not know who their baby daddy is, but they know the due date. I'm telling you, Phaedra she brings nothing but like she stresses you out with the lies.
That's why I want to see what's going to happen when she come back. And then, is she even going to be on for that many episodes?
I don't know. So according to Andy, she should be coming on like the next 2 to 3 episodes. But
2 to 3, and we almost done.
Yeah, we almost done. Because they said she came at the end of the season.
Again, why bring her back?
But that's why she left Married to Medicine and then went over there. But I feel like that's a slap in the face because.
Well, I heard all she was doing was fighting with the people from Married to Medicine anyway. Was she anybody friend on there?
Well, she went in as Dr. Heavenly friend, I believe.
Oh, I thought she was
She know all of them.
Quad's friend.
Yeah, she know all of them. Like her and Quad. Yeah, because remember she was at Quad was at Cynthia's birthday party.
Yeah,
she was at Cynthia's 50th birthday party. Mm-hmm. But it's like, bravo, that's a slap in the face. Now Candy leave. Now y'all want to bring back Phaedra.
Because Candy said she wasn't staying on there if y'all brought Phaedra back. That lady was telling people she was a rapist.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling her either.
But then my thing is like with Candy, you got so much going on.
But that would have been great for the show.
Yeah, but she said in an interview they took too long and I got so much going on. I can't sit here and wait for y'all to say what y'all gonna do. But I'm pretty sure if Candy wanted to come back, they would bring her back with no problem.
I'm sure
Phaedra, you got to go.
And Candy was making money on the Housewives.
Because Candy's family was messy. Left. That family ain't give a fuck about what was going on.
It wasn't the family. It was her mother. Her mom was a hot ass mess.
Mama Joyce ain't give a fuck.
That lady.
Remember she tried to fight Carmen?
She tried to fight everybody. Call her a low down, dirty heifer, all kinds of shit.
Couldn't stand Todd. Was trying to fight his mother. Mama Joyce was a kiki. When Kenya and Sheree was arguing, she gonna say, "You sitting over there, that tired ass Mama Joyce wig."
Crying.
Mama Joyce was the best.
She didn't want Candy.
Her aunts wasn't too far behind them though.
No, because they just kept supporting the mom. Well, not the angry one.
The little short, chubby one.
Yeah, she was with the shit. The nice one, at least she tried to give people a little grace, because she was nice to Todd mom.
Not that little short fat one.
No, what was her Aunt Bertha?
I think that's Aunt Bertha, because that's the one. Somebody I used to deal with had me watching this show where like they would take celebrity family members' house. They would only do like the downstairs. They wasn't doing the whole house. Mm-hmm. The house, Aunt Bertha was on there. Candy wanted her to get her house done up or whatever the case may be. But Candy like, you could afford it. Yeah. But whatever. Whatever. The Aunt Bertha didn't want to fix the house up because it was like their parents' house and then all of them grew up in there. Oh. The house was small. Mm-hmm. But they redid the downstairs. It looked nice and whatever the case may be. But it's like, Candy, you could have did that.
And why would you only do half the house?
They only did half of it on those shoes.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Why would you only do half of my house?
So when the fucking upstairs the downstairs look like this, then you go upstairs in the projects.
Yeah, like what? That's dumb. Just leave my house alone.
Just leave me the fuck alone. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, bring Candy back.
Yes, bring Candy back. If
she got the time. I would even take Candy as a friend.
I don't know what Candy as a friend looked like because I'm so used to her being a full-time housewife. But even though, that's how Candy got away with a lot of shit though. Because Candy was a full-time housewife, but besides the stuff with like her mom and Todd, we didn't see a lot of Candy inside life. We seen her booked and going to stuff, her businesses. Mm-hmm. But we saw glimpses here and there. But it wasn't as deep as like...
Well, we seen her pregnant and her complications with that.
Yeah.
We seen... Remember her first fiance passed away? I think it was on her first season on the show. Yeah. I think he died on her first season of the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe we did see a lot of Candy life then.
Remember she showed when her
daughter was getting back with her dad.
Was trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Okay. So
I just feel like Candy got so much going on, you forget so much happening.
Yeah.
Because it's like her life never fucking stops.
Yeah, she always has some shit going on.
Remember they was in Africa, how she met Todd.
That's why she stayed for so long.
Mm-hmm. Then we seen her like, oh my God. Remember she did the first play and Nene walked up and was like, well, this ain't the Oscars. You got to bring your own drinks up in this type of place.
That and when she went to Sheree play. When Sheree had everybody come out to that
in the strip mall.
When she was in it for 2 seconds. I said,
this ain't the Oscars.
Bring back the OG cast.
Let me tell you, if I go to your event and I tell you this ain't the Oscars, baby, just know it's time for me to go.
Okay, I shouldn't have walked up in here.
Okay. Remember Candy first play.
Solo cup. We knew it was a wretched
That's how you know them bitches was
exactly hood.
Yes, but remember we seen Candy first play and the chaos to get that going on. Because didn't she book Portia in her first play? Wasn't Portia in one of her plays? Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? I book you for a show and I put bread in your pocket, and this is how you repay me.
Yeah, but she said I supported you since day one.
And you know what's crazy? I was just watching it that reunion yesterday, because yesterday I got to work super early, so I was like watching that reunion, and I'm just looking like the way it all played out. Like, Portia, you weren't that naive to really believe that this stuff was happening.
No way.
Like, as you younger, just watching, like, Portia's an idiot, but it's like as you get older and you rewatch and you looking at it with like older eyes.
Bitch, you knew better.
Yes.
You knew better.
There's no way on God's green earth if you and Candy that close, Amber hated what's going on, because Jerome just told me y'all was trying to date rape me. Like, I'm dropping names from the door.
Yeah, exactly.
You wait to the reunion when the heat is hot, and now you in a hot seat and everybody on that ass. Now you want to say,
I believe because you told me that.
She goes, I just repeated what I heard. Now this bitch looking stupid.
Oh, dumb. And they told us the only one I'm really worried about is Portia. Hello? This lady, you done told the world that she was a rapist. She out here drugging and raping people. You worried about Portia?
And I was your friend first.
Katie should have got up and dragged her ass. Like,
and they had and the whole fallout was over Apollo. Like, Phaedra, you knew what Apollo was doing. You're a lawyer, so you knew how to get the money and keep your hands from getting dirty.
Nobody even wanted Apollo's ass.
What did Cynthia tell her? Win a case. Win a case.
That was a mess. Bring them all back.
Phaedra last few seasons was just like, why are you here? Because Apollo was going. I wonder if Apollo's going to make an appearance on Housewives. Because you know he tortured Phaedra on every show she go to.
Yeah, because I heard he put out a statement the other day talking about what she said on what was it, Married to Medicine. She didn't really say that to whatever his wife's name is. What's her name? Sheehan?
I don't
know her name. She didn't say that to her, and they was just saying stuff because she would never address her like that. He was just calling Phaedra out for being fake or some shit.
Well, we knew that.
Not that was on Married to Medicine being messy.
Everywhere Phaedra goes, Apollo drags. Right? Production is messy because I'm pretty sure when they signed Phaedra, they call him about a week later to get the shit roused up.
For sure, he's gonna come back on Housewives. He know everybody.
And that's where they started. I'm gonna cry the moment he walks on that screen.
He don't got Patricia there. But Ty not there either. No. I say all his friends.
Well, Ralph is getting the boot. He might know Charles.
Charles don't know them people. Charles do not know them people. Charles barely know his wife.
Who else is married? Maybe he knows Shamia's wife. You know, they always close, so he maybe knows Shamia's wife. Oh, I didn't call that lady a lesbian. Maybe he knows Shamia's husband.
Not the old one. I call that Shamia's husband. I feel like Shamia's husband don't be outside. Like, we barely
I only seen that man like twice.
Yeah, I ain't even seen him twice. Last time at the birthday party. We heard his voice on the doctor.
He was on the FaceTime.
The doctor's FaceTime call. That was it.
He said, bitch, I get on that TV screen.
He be out the way. She said, though, that he didn't want to be a part of it. He was just, around to support her. Because they said that the husband, got to make an appearance or whatever. That's how they want it. Because, it's housewife. But majority of the housewives not married any fucking way.
But we know she's a real housewife.
Right.
Now, I do feel bad. Remember, now that you brought it up, that little situation was like a little heart tugger when Shamia was on the phone with the baby. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like her daughter already like kind of sick, and then you're on here, and it's like you're doing your job, and you want to be there, and I was just like, oh my god, that's so sad.
Right, and then on top of that, she want to have another baby.
I think she should get a surrogate. I don't think she should try to.
Well, she had a surrogate with the last baby.
Yeah, I don't think she should try to have one herself.
She said she's doing IVF. Because she started, because I remember I said I follow her on Instagram. Mm-hmm. She said, if I remember correctly, that she's about to start it and she wanted to share the journey. So she was going to. So
when they do the IVF, like, what do they actually do? Because pregnancy and all that crap wasn't my strongest suit in nursing school.
Don't get me lying.
Okay, well.
From what I understand is just, the medication that help you push it all along. But I feel like with IVF, you got more options because you can pick the sex of the baby.
Because didn't Evelyn do IVF from basketball people?
I think so. I feel like a lot of people have been doing that lately. I don't know. If I had the means, I mean, I get everybody's different, but if I had the means to wish me, I would just get another surrogate.
Yeah. They be wanting like, what, $20,000? Should I get pregnant for that?
Okay. I'll carry your baby girl.
Because I remember, who was that? Candy went to the surrogate people?
Yeah, because her and Candy had the same surrogate.
Yeah. And they got a whole agency and shit for that.
They do. They making money off of that. Especially the rich people. Like Shamia and Candy.
So would you just walk in there and say, hey, I want to be a surrogate?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you got to have some qualifications. But they're not taking anybody off the street, I'm sure. You probably got to pass a little health assessment or something.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure you ain't crazy. Try to steal nobody's baby or nothing.
Yeah. But I wonder, like, how does that go? Because I feel like as a female, you get connected to that baby over time. Like, there's no way you about to walk around with this baby for 9 months and just be like...
I mean, I would assume it had to be a mental thing. You got to have a mental block. Like the way I remember the lady saying about it, talking about it, that was Candy surrogate. She was saying, like, it's just like she babysat. Like,
for 9 months?
Yeah. Like, I'm taking care of this baby, then I'm going to return this baby at the end of the shift. Like, yeah, I'm going to take care of it, and I'm going to take care of it, do what I got to do for the baby, but this ain't my baby.
That's a long ass shift.
Got the mental capacity to do stuff like that, then...
I mean, I guess it ain't your baby because they got the genes. So they like... Oh, it's just so much.
They mix the egg and the sperm, and they put it inside the surrogate. So none of the surrogate has anything to do with the baby. She just holding the baby.
Just holding it.
Yeah.
Now, how many eggs they put in there?
Now, that depends on the money you got. Because I heard they charge.
Per egg?
I don't know if it's per egg or per couple, but... Because I remember when the girl said something about it, she said last time they put 2, and 1 didn't make it. So I guess it depends on how many kids they were trying to have, or what they were trying to do. I guess it depends. I mean, don't get me lying. I don't know. I had my baby the old-fashioned way.
Kudos to them. Because I couldn't just be walking around with no babies and me.
I feel like I could do it.
Go for it.
Me, I didn't mind being pregnant. I'm just not trying to have more kids. I love my baby down, but I ain't trying to have no more. I'm one and done.
One and done?
Sorry to those kids.
That's what my little sister said. Ain't no more coming up out of there.
No, but I would carry a baby for somebody else.
Well, come on, bitch. Let's sign you up. We tired of being broke. I'll fly you out to Atlanta. Let's start the program. Okay. We got to do go to it.
Period.
Shit.
Listen, I'll do it. Shit.
We ain't got nothing else to do.
That's fine. I'll help somebody in need. I ain't got no problem with that. But then again, every pregnancy is different. So, because me and my baby, we was chilling. We had no problems. I ain't had no morning sickness, no nausea.
Oh, God. I remember Avery used to cry every time I come around. Now I can't get rid of her. Used to cry every time.
My baby like that.
Now it's, hey, Ronald, get out of here.
Okay. Earlier, she told myself, where's Ronald? You talking about Ronald Donald from McDonald's? I said, that's not his name. It's just Ronald.
She's
dramatic.
Yes. She's just extra. Like her mother.
She's extra.
Can't take it. So now this week on Housewives, I don't even know what the Bailey Q, we just brought it up. That's going to happen this week. And then we got Angela versus Britt again.
I'm tired.
I just feel like Britt keep coming for Angela, and Angela cuts her off. Angela will not take that size 12 off of Britt's neck, and I am here for it.
Because I feel like a lot of them are being quiet about what she say. Like even Kelly and them, I feel like they don't address a lot of what she. Well, hold a minute.
We talked about this whole motherfucking trip and skipped over the part where Portia says she would fuck that man, that lady's husband, if she keep fucking around.
Yes. Because why would you say that?
Because
you're mad because somebody wanted to take your baby daddy in the same room with them, with the camera crew in the room, record them for a little 5 minutes with his bald head self and his hot dog. And you're going to say you're going to fuck somebody else's husband?
Jealous. Portia is jealous. She's envious. She has a nasty dark spirit. And what's crazy is somebody said on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck we supposed to be calling it. She said it took for all these years for people to see what Portia is that people has been saying she's been for years. And I'm looking at it like, damn, like I liked Portia even after the stunt. I was like, okay, I can move on, like whatever the case may be. But it's like now this season is like showing who you really, because I never watched her spinoffs, the Portia's having a baby or the other one. She had another show, whatever the fuck it was.
Portia's Family something.
Yeah, Family Matters or something like that.
But I feel like if you watch that, you see a lot of her true colors.
I heard that.
Because it was really giving.
They said she was
a hot ass mess. And I didn't even watch the full thing because I was tired looking at his mom. But no, dead ass. Something about her just wasn't sitting right in my spirit. But it was just a lot. And I was just like,
that's how she really is?
Yeah. Maybe
that's why her and Phaedra really get along.
Could be. Phaedra don't want to feel the wrath. I feel like she's scared of
it's
her.
Just
She don't want to get dragged like
Portia is just like nothing about your spirit reads off positivity. I really feel like deep down you're jealous and you try to get an African to compete with Shamia and it didn't work because what Shamia has is like real, true, blown. Like, I really love this man. This man really loved me. She can record in her $9 million house, honey. You have to come to my house to film, bitch. We can't even go there and have breakfast.
And every time when they're recording at Shamia house, we in a different room.
Yeah, bitch. You see it?
She got money.
You fucking see it.
I think that
all white room that they first recorded in. Oh my fucking God.
With the elevator, she got a whole setup. Her house is nice as crap. Invite me over, girl. I won't mess up nothing.
At all.
I won't make no mess, girl.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I feel like Portia is jealous of that. You're just picking with fucking Drew just to pick with her. You and Britt get along because y'all are both fucking delusional. Mm-hmm. Now you want to keep picking with Angela. I mean, her marriage isn't the best and it isn't the happiest, but it is. Like yeah, well, she got a man and Portia who don't. Again.
I feel like she signed on to come back season 16 because she felt like, all right, my life's set up. I got this rich African man. He's doing whatever boom. For me. And then they was about to take his ass out the country. So she was like, oh, let me file for divorce real quick. Because as she claimed, to protect her assets. So,
but you saying protect your assets, but you said you'll also sign a prenup. So if there is a prenup in place, what assets are you protecting? Because the prenup, what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. So you don't have to protect. You're trying to save face.
Yeah.
Because when it come out there, whatever that man was scheming and plotting against, you are too. That's why when he did the interview or whatever he said your mother was in on it too. And I absolutely believe it.
Not the mama.
Yeah. That's why she was on that couch crying. Talking about, he said, me and my mom were out plotting and scheming against him. Because y'all were. You thought you had one up on Fallon when you stole that man. And look at her. Looking like a fool you is. You can't even go home and record.
That's all. I would have just been like, never mind, y'all. I'll come back next season. Let me get my shit together.
Baby, it ain't gonna be ready by next season.
I'm crying, yeah, because they still going to do it. That's a mess. But I want to marry that man in the first place. When that man on what was it, the Portia show, the one we were talking about, the family something. Yeah. I want to say it was called Portia Family Matters.
I think that's what it was called, like Portia Family Matters,
yeah, something like that. He sat there and told Simon that he got a moving company that he calls when it's time for him to get rid of one of his wives.
Excuse me?
Yes, he got a moving company specifically set to the side. So when it's time for that current wife, because she was wife number 4 or 5, when it's time for that wife to
Portia.
Move, yes, he gets married every couple years. He has a moving company that he calls specifically to come move that wife about his house. He sat there and told this to her baby daddy on camera. Why would you marry him? Where the fuck they need to go? Out here, his house. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell up out of here. He don't play. So why would you marry him and think that was cool? All the flags were red and she walked past all of them.
She was trying to get to a bag, and I'm sorry.
And that's it. You can't tell me that she was marrying that man for love. You can't tell me that she was.
Well, you ain't getting no money from him, so that's pointless.
You barely knew him when you married him.
Well, she didn't know Dennis when she had a baby by him, so what was the difference?
Child.
The other husband was under the covers.
Please. Under the covers. Please.
That's another husband that couldn't stand his wife.
It was all too much.
Remember she was crying because he wouldn't let her go to he wouldn't let her go to the strip club. Girl, if you don't go to the shaky butt.
And I feel like that's part of the reason why a lot of us, like, and when I say us, like Housewives fans that have been watching from the beginning, can call her out on the bullshit because she was a completely different person when she was married to him.
Very.
She was very much giving housewife, Stepford wife. Like, let me do what I need to do to please my man. He's the king of the castle. And now she goes...
He hated her.
He hated her real bad. And the only person he hated more than her was her mama. He couldn't stand that lady. She on my couch eating a pepperoni pizza. He was so mad. He was so mad.
Got her at the reunion crying, defending him.
Like a damn fool.
Only to turn around and get a divorce.
To divorce her, you find out on Twitter.
That was insane. How are you in your house and you find out you're getting divorced via Twitter? Like, sir, you either upstairs or just walk past me, and I gotta go online and open up my Twitter and.
Because you could have slid the papers across the table while we was eating breakfast or something.
You could have told me straight up. Come on, let's ride down to the courthouse and file his divorce.
Like,
but for me to go on social media,
They be doing her dirty. She be falling for her. She be falling for the okie doke. Because there ain't no way you getting set up this many times.
Well, she also thought it was 265 days of the year, and the Underground Railroad was a real train. So it's not hard for these men to get past on her.
Clearly.
It's
I hope
they don't have to put up a struggle.
This season that she can get it together. That's what I don't want. I don't want to hear about her and Drew no more. I don't want to hear Dennis name no more unless she's coming to pick up Pilar. Angela, I want her husband to like her just a little bit more, and I want her to give us some more tea about her family. Because we need to see more of her inside life. Like, I get, okay, you building houses, you flipping houses. All right, that's nice. What the family look like? What's going on? Tell us about that baby that he had on you, sis.
Okay.
We already know, because when she went down describing the kids and how old each of the kids was, and she said, oh, and Charles has, and he's 7 years old.
Mm-hmm. But Wendy had already spilled that tea on her TV.
Right. So we already knew. It's not a secret. But we
don't care. Beyonce stayed with Jay-Z.
Everybody stay with everybody, okay? At this point,
we don't care.
We don't give a fuck. Just tell us what's happening.
I feel like Kelly's living in her truth. Like, I feel like we're getting a lot of her outside of divorce. Like, she'll talk about it, but like, we don't.
Because she in court and she got a restraining order on it.
Yeah, they might be blowing him out and stuff like that. But I do like the dynamics with her kids and like, you know, we'll see stuff like that.
I don't want to grow. I don't want to get married. I want to grow up and be like you.
Baby, I would have hit the floor. Because what do you mean?
I would just lock myself in my room after that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Then, who else? I feel like Drew.
I'm talking to Drew and Rose.
Drew opens up her life, but it's just lies. So it's like, we don't even know if this is Drew of a housewife or if this is like actress Drew.
Because it's always given that she only tell half the story.
Well,
there's always some pieces missing.
Some. The whole fucking story be missing. When you get to the bottom of it, it's like, Drew, what happened?
Like, what are you talking about? Get off the TV.
Immediately.
Yes. Get rid of Britt. Get rid of her.
Please.
Let Cynthia have some more camera time.
Let me tell you my issue with Cynthia.
Not the issue with Cynthia.
My issue with Cynthia is I feel like you're going too hard for Britt at situations you weren't there for.
What you mean?
You weren't there when the initial issue happened with her in Kenya.
Right.
You weren't there at the peace lunch or the peace brunch when all of them there. And once again, you were not there. Mm-hmm. So a part of me gets why Kenya is upset with Cynthia. Because why are you going for so hard for somebody that you don't know and you did not see the initial encounter when the girl pulled the gun? You're going by hearsay. You were not at that dinner. Right. Just like the issue with her and Angela. Once again, Cynthia, you're going so hard. Well, Britt got embarrassed to send a third. Once again, you were not at that lunch the next day or however many days afterwards to see why Britt and Angela are going through this. Angela never discredited that lady feelings. Never told her anything wrong. All she asked her was, well, how is your license under investigation from a picture being shown? Which
was a logical question to ask.
And Cynthia, you're going so hard. Well, she was embarrassed. Once again, you are going so heavy for something you don't know the basis of what happened.
Yeah, because nobody's taking away from the fact that she was
Nobody's taking away about the embarrassment. Yeah, it's not. But what we're saying is,
she needs to take accountability for the fact that she started the whole situation.
And Cynthia, you're going so heavy on these situations where you weren't at where both the issues initially started at.
I think Cynthia only going so hard because, you know, from her time on the show, Cynthia was always the person that was like,
the weak link. The one that didn't have a backbone, because you know, used to always tell her that.
Okay, I guess we can go with that. But that wasn't the word I was going to use. But she always was like the one up under somebody else. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. So like Nene was always top dog, and she was right under Nene. Like she was a sidekick.
Yeah,
and but then it's it was like Kenya. I feel like she was looking for somebody else to.
You're going this hard for somebody you don't even know.
Either that, or it's just to be petty because her and Kenya not talking.
But then you still like the dummy at the end of the day, because now. This girl done moved on from the Kenya situation. Now she's over here arguing with Angela over an issue where, once again, you were not there.
Yeah.
So you can shut up. Mm-hmm. You can shut up, because my thing is now I feel like Britt is going to drag this. Kenya's not there, but Kenya's still your storyline.
Yeah,
which I think is absolutely insane.
Yeah, because we should be done with that. We still talking about that.
I don't understand when y'all got rid of her after that little dinner y'all had when they all was at the table when her and Angela first got into it. Mm-hmm. That should have been the end of it. If I was production, I would have kindly told them we're not going to bring this up anymore because she's not here. We moved on. Fired her. Leave it alone. Mm-hmm. Because if you're going to keep talking about it, we're going to bring her back.
Yeah, and that's what it should be.
We're going to bring her back.
Or get rid of Britt.
Or how about you can go, because now you're using this as a storyline as now, oh, I'm a victim, I'm this, that, and the third. But like you said at the table, look who's at the table and look who's not. But the person who's not at the table is still being used for a storyline. Mm-hmm. She's living rent free in your head. You argue with a whole nother castmate over that situation, but Angela didn't ask nothing wrong. How is your license under investigation? That's like if somebody posts a nude on me online. I can't say, oh, now my nursing license is under investigation. How? A doesn't correlate with B. Y'all were at a private event. Mm-hmm. It wasn't private because the camera was there, but it's not like somebody from the board of realtors
was there
is watching like, she did that. We're going to go after her license. Mm-hmm. Everybody suck a little dick in their life.
I'm crying. Who did what?
Listen, it's all right. You suck a little winky. You did it on camera.
Winky.
Okay. It's girl. You can go on OnlyFans and get the same pictures. So if you are not under investigation for that. You are under investigation for something else.
Some other.
And that's probably why you shut that business down, because you was going under investigation.
Yeah.
But now you want to cry wolf. Honey, ain't no dick sucking getting your license taken. Because if that's the case, a lot of us would be poor bitches.
I'm dead. That's what I'm saying. These same storylines has been these first couple episodes. I don't even know what episode we on. Don't talk about none of them going forward. Not one. Let's pick up. I just feel like after Angela cuts Britt out, I need them to move on. Yeah, let's pick up from Portia telling them that she gonna get with Angela baby dad
and move on.
Angela leaving, and let's go from there. Don't bring up nothing else from the first couple episodes, because I'm done.
Yes,
I'm done.
I just feel like I don't feel like Angela dragged the storyline, but she's not gonna play games with you. I feel like Angela, like the her and Shamia thing. You see how they did a little issue? They talked. Boom, we moved on from that.
Yeah. That was one episode.
We done moved on from that. Maybe. But I feel like if Shamia bring it up, Angela ain't going to meet her where she is. I feel like Angela's meeting the energy or whatever it is.
Yeah.
She going to match that energy.
Like I said, she like to address stuff. Like everybody else be quick to...
And I feel like that's why she's a perfect housewife. And I would have loved to see her in their early dynamics when they really wanted her to come on. Mm-hmm. Because, in the beginning, Nene, Sheree, Kenya, they all was like, it was nothing, well, except for the scapegoat. Remember that one? What was that? When the fucking phone call that Nene allegedly heard, but was never ever made? Snakegate, yeah.
That's still one of my favorite episodes. Because when Marlo and Cynthia was fighting, she called her a fucking scallywag. Yo, she was probably But Cynthia, you scallywag. I'm crying. Yo.
Listen. I feel like Angela would have blended in perfectly with them. Mm-hmm. And her shade, she be on it.
Yeah.
That shit just fly. She said, you got stretch marks around your mouth. She's talking about where? She said, honey, that mouth got miles, baby.
Okay, and Shamia face like, ooh.
Now, why was she sitting there looking like $10
Shut up. Cynthia that couch and Cynthia house and seen a lot of shit, okay?
I need to know what is the thing behind the Bailey ball, because everybody dressed up like that, and then Cynthia over there looking like she's ready to go back to what is it? What's that movie with fucking Eddie Murphy? Coming to America.
I think that was the theme. It was something like Jamaican or African.
It better be, because she was dressed for the nines.
I remember seeing a sign, but I don't remember what it was. But it's something like that.
She was ready.
Cynthia and her themes.
Anything that happened at Cynthia's house is going down.
Child, we'll see what happens.
Ain't that what I said? Remember on the couch when they asked Eva, was she a lesbian sleeping with Missy Elliott? Shamia on that couch.
No, that wasn't
that was Spain. Eva. No, remember she asked her on the couch, and then it got brought back up in Spain.
Oh, I don't know, child.
Cynthia, what you say? Cynthia couch and seen some things.
It did.
Lake Bailey is a mess.
That's always where the Bailey Q's is. Because remember when
Lake Bailey is Lake Messy.
Child, how that is messy. Because when they did that gift exchange and Drew brought that wig in the cat bed.
Bitch, I forgot all about.
They should have fired her then. She pissed me off. She pissed me off.
Is that when Toya kept fucking with her in the wigs?
Yes.
What happened to Toya?
I'm happy they got rid of her.
Toya was crazy.
She said she got a pet on her head.
We done lost Toya. We done lost the cookie lady.
The cookie lady was messy as shit, okay? She was messy.
And then came over with the box of cookies. Kenya was messy for setting that one up.
Very much so. And they're going to throw Cynthia under the bus. What really happened was Cynthia wanted to bring her around the ladies. I said, oh, damn. Kenya wasn't nobody's friend, but I swear. She wasn't. She went through Cynthia under the bus.
Only person she was really friends with was Candy.
Yeah.
That's the only person, like, they had like a little bit of words in the beginning, but other than that, like, them two, like, always been like.
I feel like ever since everybody seen Candy go the fuck off at that couple's night, what's called?
Oh, when she was trying to fight
Child,
Cynthia's
they ain't
sister.
fuck with Candy since, okay?
Hello, sure. Redhead Candy give you some scenes, honey.
No, Redhead Candy was a monster, okay? The rent was due that season. Okay?
Redhead Candy was ready to fuck everything up. That's when they thought Nene was high. Nene was tripping in there. That's when Apollo beat Brandon up. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. That was like one of the wildest seasons.
The wildest.
Like from episode 1.
That whole season was good. Like every episode was good.
I think like 6 through 10 was like perfect.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Bring back the kids.
Season 6 through 10 was like y'all had the perfect Housewives. Y'all had the perfect Friends of, like, the dynamics was just insane.
Yeah.
Then it was like y'all keep trying to.
It was constantly entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like we was talking about earlier, these episodes, this trip just felt like a filler. Like it wasn't really.
Yeah, these last 2 episodes just gave nothing.
It was boring.
And it's crazy because, like, I feel like the season started off really good. Like, I seen people on Twitter talking about it was boring, but it was like I enjoyed the first few episodes.
The first couple episodes was good, yeah.
And then it was like the build up towards the Kenya Britt situation.
I feel like
and I was like,
the
okay.
whole Kenya Britt situation started going downhill.
And that's why I said, okay, what are we going to do to keep up the pace? And it was like, okay, here we are.
Especially
like,
because y'all, like...
I think that first episode after was like, okay, it was still pretty good. But it's like these last 2 episodes surrounding Portia and her trip, it was just like, what the fuck is going on
because
here?
This one was like solely about the Drew and Portia beef, and I'm tired of hearing that.
And nobody's interested in it. I don't even think Drew was interested in it. Drew trying to get that man out the basement.
That's it.
She don't give a fuck about you, Portia.
She tired of leaving the house every other weekend.
She said, well, let me pull off before he calls the people and try to say I didn't leave.
Like, it's too much.
Why would he come upstairs? He never comes upstairs this time. Like, that's a shame. You got the man living in the basement. You got to leave your house. Like,
that's weird. That's a weird setup anyway.
Yeah.
What judge ruled that? That was weird.
Yeah, I think we need to go back to the drawing board with, like, I would bring Angela back. I would demote Portia to a friend. I would get rid of Britt. I would let Kelly come back for another season. Because Drew can go. Drew can absolutely go.
Drew should have been gone. She should have never came fuck me.
Drew can go.
Her first season should have been her first and her last.
So I would make Angela, Shamia, Kelly. I would invite Cynthia back as a full-time housewife, but she says she likes being a friend. I guess because you don't have to film, the filming is not as aggressive. Like, she says she likes being a friend of. Because you can just pop in and out and stuff like that. I would bring Nene back. Mm-hmm. I would try to get Candy and Kenya back. And I would leave it just like that. And then I would have... who could be a good friend? Portia could be a friend.
Portia can be a friend.
Portia can be a friend. We can't film in your house anyway, so you might as well just be a friend and go to somebody else's house because that's what the fuck you always at anyway.
That's what Cynthia doing.
Yeah.
Bring Shamari back.
I would bring her back. Mm-hmm. She can come back as a friend.
Yeah, she don't gotta be a housewife.
Yeah, she can come back as a friend. I would even bring Eva back as a friend. She said she'd never come back, but
I would say Eva said she's never coming back.
I was just a baby. I wouldn't mind Claudia coming back as a friend.
Please don't even mention that lady's name.
Claudia was a Kiki.
Claudia needed attention. Only
She
part
said, what's
about
wrong with the Bob?
something.
Nothing.
Because she said yours look like my hers is tight.
Okay.
That was the only thing that was I felt like I cared for.
Still look at you sitting with them some spaghetti straps on. She said, "This is straight off the runway." Did they make when you got these?
When you got the coin. Bring Nene back.
That bitch give you a meme for these.
I feel like Phaedra can come back as a friend. She don't gotta be a housewife. Because ever since she got kicked off, because I'm really waiting to see what she bring when she come back.
Nothing. She brought nothing to Married to Medicine.
Yeah, come back again. What is she gonna bring?
The few episodes I watched of Married to Medicine, just like, okay, Pedro, what are we doing? Nothing. The same old shit. You giving these kids an extravagant birthday party. I think she went on there just to get her feet back in the Bravo door because you can tell she did not genuinely like them girls. Mm. Like the vibe that she has with the Atlanta Housewives, even like after filming, like during film, you see how she was always posting them. She's with them. You never really seen her out with the Married to Medicine girls outside of Clyde until they started having their falling out. Okay. But
she's not
and when she was on the show, you can generally see that she did not want to be there. Mm. Even when she was in group settings, she was just like always miserable,
I
like
tried watching Married to Medicine. It didn't grasp my attention.
I think it's one of them shows like I would probably have to watch from the beginning because a lot of their cast is still original, and I think that's a problem with that show. Like it's time to move some things around. Yeah, because it's like
mainly see clips online.
The last I watched probably like the last 3 seasons. The Simone and Quad issue, I'm beyond over this. We're 3 years in. Quad is over it, but Simone has some type of envy and hate in her heart towards Quad that she just drags the story along. It's like, girl, can we move on? Dr. Jackie, she always get the first chair and don't do shit during the season. I don't understand.
Now she got first chair and don't do shit.
She don't do shit and always got the first chair.
I see clips, I thought Heavenly would be first chair.
Heavenly is a messy fucking lady. She messy on the show. She messy off the show. That bitch is her on TV. There ain't no fucking phone. Her mouth is vicious because she say whatever she want and then get mad when the girls get her together. Like she say whatever she wants to the girls and their husbands, and I don't like that about Heavenly because you're going to get fucked up.
Not to their husbands. Hold up.
She don't care. That's Toya crazy. Moving into our house every other season.
Toya, when I was a housewife, right? She wasn't a doctor.
Toya ain't no doctor. Her husband's a doctor.
Oh, okay.
Toya's a housewife.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
Literally a housewife. Okay. But majority of them over there is married.
Well, it better be the show called Married to Medicine.
Well, we got Real Housewives, and half them bitches ain't even married on none of the shows.
Well, that's been like that for a long time.
Yeah. But remember when it first came on, everybody was married. No, Sheree ain't have a man.
Sheree had one, Kim ain't had one.
Kim had Big Papa.
That was somebody else's man. That was not hers. That was very much somebody else's man. That man was very married. Much.
They said it was Ted Turner. From the guy that owned TNT or used to own TNT. Or was that Marlo man?
I would say, didn't Marlo bring his wife on the show? When they was
Messy Boots.
Yeah.
So messy. See, the new Housewives ain't this messy.
That's what I'm saying.
They ain't this messy. How the fuck you filming with this lady?
Bring back the 2010 Housewives.
Yeah, because that was some messy bitches. You see, Nene just did an interview with what's her name, Deshaun Snow. I ain't watch it. She doesn't have any memorable moments. No,
because when I researched Housewives, I never watched season 1.
Season 1, is that where that girl, where Nene was like, look like you can use a sandwich, and the girl told Nene, you look like you can stop eating some sandwiches?
And she said, I got enough room to grow to be your size. Nene was I can see that clip on Instagram earlier. That's funny that you said that.
She was hotter than fish grease. Like.
And she said, excuse me? How big am I? You so annoying, yo.
Because why would she tell that lady she could use a few sandwiches? Because but they get mad when she say that bad.
Exactly. You came in the house and said that to her. You didn't say hello.
Excuse me.
They was a mess. Bring them back.
Yes, they were some shady bitches.
Okay. Because even they had the hairdressers and the makeup artists that was there doing shit in those seasons.
Oh,
remember Derek J and Miss Lawrence? Even they was bringing something to the show.
I was glad to see him when he was up there with Kenya.
Yes, because I had forgot that he was on there and that him
Miss Lawrence was a key.
Yes.
Miss Lawrence was a key.
Just bring back the old cast. Make it do what it do and fix it. Because y'all talking about shaking it up and doing all this. It's not working.
Then y'all bring Pistol Patty in there. We don't want that kind of egg. We don't want that much shaking up.
Okay, because so far...
I'm not impressed.
At all.
I
on
just
a scale
feel like...
of 1 to 10 is getting like...
I feel like once...
A 4.5.
Once Kenya got the boot off the show, I feel like they tried to maneuver it around Portia. But it's not working.
Well, when it first started giving the first episode, I thought it was going to be around Shamia. But now it do seem like it's moving towards around Portia.
But it's like we get nothing.
But I think where they really made the mistake was that it was... Did I just get really loud? I feel like I just got really loud.
No, I hear you.
That it was... I lost my train of thought. Hold on. It's going to come back.
I feel like Portia divorced really threw a monkey in her wrench.
Oh, that's what it was. That they were trying to make it seem like... Ronnie, I lost my train of thought.
Because it's about Portia. It's not much to think about.
No, it's not about Portia. It was about the show.
Well, we were talking about who they're trying to maneuver the show around. Because you said you thought it started with Shamia. Because I thought they were going to anchor it around... Originally, I thought it was going to anchor around Kenya and Portia's friendship, and then because you remember they were like in a horrible place, and they had that. Cool. So I felt like okay, we were going to build the show around there and just come around, which was cute because every time we see them, they were always beefing.
Yeah, it was good to see.
So it'd have been good to see that play out on the screen. But it's feel like once that happened, it was just like, okay, we're gonna build around Portia, but it's like, what the fuck are you about to build around her? She has nothing to show us.
Yeah, but no, that's what I was about to say. It came back. They advertised it as if like the blow up with Kenya and that was going to be the main thing of the show. Like that's the most exciting thing. Like you know how they do like the preseason trailers or the trailers, and that was supposed to be the most exciting thing. Seeing as that happened in like the second fucking episode, you don't got nothing else to talk about.
Yes, that was like episode 4 or 5.
Yeah, y'all
and it was like but I feel like I feel like that shouldn't even made the cut if it was going to happen that early in the season.
Right.
Because we, the fans, knew at some point it was going to happen. And then, like you said, the way y'all built the season up was to be, okay, Kenya and this girl are going to have a long fall now. And then by the time Phaedra come in, we're going to be done with the season. But it's like, damn, like you said, that happened. Here we are 3 episodes after that. And we're still like, what the fuck is going on? You're still addressing this. We're going on this plain ass trip. Now we got to get Phaedra in here. Then we still got to go on the big cast trip. Because, you know, they did one like locally and then one out the country. Yeah. We didn't even get there. We don't know where the fuck we going.
Exactly. Where are we going?
Yes. But then, like you said, y'all should have played up to the Britt and Kelly fallout. I would even play it off of that. Like, show them being friends in the beginning and then, like, showing them now we're here. It's like, wait, how the fuck did we get from point A to point B?
Right.
Although when we watched it, we didn't anticipate the Kenya part because she's in the first few episodes, so you know what's coming. Right. But that friendship between
social media before the show even started, we already knew what it was.
We already knew it was going to happen. Right. And then, like you said, y'all played it up so much in the season trailer.
And now that it came and went, the rest of
it
the
happened like that. It's just like, okay, now what are we waiting for now? Because even when y'all show the mid-season trailer, it's like, what the fuck are we waiting on?
You got to give me something to look forward to. Right now, it's nothing to look forward to.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I want to know what the shit went down between Kelly and Britt. Right, I think that's
literally all I'm waiting for.
Yeah, because I watched their interviews and stuff, so I know them two aren't speaking.
And low-key,
so
I want to see Phaedra because I just want to see what
she's going to do. But her and Kelly going to have it out. I know Kelly did say that. She said when they first met, they kind of went head to head.
Sure.
But I like Kelly because Kelly ain't going back down. She going to ask you too. Remember she asked Portia, why you take that lady man?
Okay. All she did was sit down and was asking that lady there.
All she did was she didn't even get to say hello.
And she actually turned out to be different than what I thought she was. Because you remember, that was a scene that they played constantly, too, in the trailer. So I thought she was about to be doing too much.
First episode. Here we go.
That's what I'm saying. They
season built on lies.
They played all their good cards already.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm liking Kelly now. I was kind of on the fence about her, especially with the Kenya and Britt situation. But I like that
she wasn't a yes man to Britt.
And I feel like she didn't want to say she was on Britt's side in the beginning because they came in as like real friends. I think they were friends for like almost 2 years before they started filming. Yeah. So I feel like, okay, I get it. She's going to take her friend's side. She just met Kenya. Although Kenya's always been nice to her, that's still my friend. I didn't hear her say it. You heard her say it, but whatever. Now that we went past that, you straight up with Portia. You was the only one that admitted that you heard Portia say that. Everybody else, Britt, you didn't hear anything, and Dan Shamia didn't hear anything. Here go Kelly, straight up. All I remember is Portia saying, she says she better leave it alone before I fuck that lady's husband.
What happened? She said
confirming what Angela heard. Such a whore.
Such a whore. It's crazy.
Like, I feel like you have a daughter. Why would you say something like that on national TV?
That's another thing. Like, y'all don't ever sit back and realize, like, hey, this is going to be on TV. Everybody's going to see.
Saying you're going to sleep with somebody's husband.
When now you knowing about as being a person that steal people's husbands.
What Kelly say? Hide your husbands and hide your wives.
It's too much. Just please make the rest of the season better so I can continue to watch it. Because if not,
it's giving skip the reunion.
Definitely. Because nothing's happened so far. Because we know Kenya not going to come. So nothing's happened so far that it's giving. Oh, this.
But even if Kenya comes, you could probably give her like what, a good 30 minutes on the couch with everybody.
Okay, because the reunion 3 parts like it normally is. She going to only be on for 5 minutes.
And y'all probably going to hold that off to like the last 5 minutes of the second episode to bridge her into the third one. You know they always do shit like that.
We waited too long for season 16 for it to be ass.
I feel like, I'll say it again, it's Sweet 16. Y'all should have brought Nene back. Y'all done already cleared the air. Y'all done tied bridges. Y'all should have brought Nene back. Not saying that wouldn't stop this situation from happening, but at least Nene would have kept the season going. Like, she would have kept it interesting. Yep. And then Nene actually has a lot going on right now. So it would have been, I want to see her life without Greg.
Me too. That's
it's different from the first time. Like they divorced because like he was still popping in and out. Yeah, I wanted to see her life, and then her son was sick. I remember he just learned how to walk again or something like that. So it'd have been good. He had
heart failure.
Yeah, or something like that. He's young, so it'd have been good to like see her maneuver around and build her life.
Yeah, she constantly said she didn't know what she would do without Greg. Mm-hmm. So that's like,
and I think her and her African broke up because I never see them together no more.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, so it would have
these Africans.
It would have been they all in Atlanta, honey. It'd have been nice to see that kind of dynamic. Yeah, but it's always season 17.
If they get picked up for one, child.
So
where this going?
They just started filming Potomac. What are you looking forward to?
Oh, they started filming
2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh, who coming back?
As far as I know, is Ashley, Giselle, Stacey, Wendy, Kiana. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah, but she could have said what
allegedly Candace.
You know what? Bring Kiana because I want to see what she do with all that man. I hope she's done with that man.
And they didn't mention any friends of the show yet.
Okay, well, I'm looking for.
Did I say Stacey? Stacey's coming back.
Oh yeah, I want Stacey back. I like Stacey.
Stacey's a perfect
Bring
fit.
Stacey back. Don't bring that man back.
He's still waiting for his money.
Please.
Allegedly.
Please.
I don't believe it. He's an actor. I don't believe that shit.
What you call it? Said that I didn't want to misquote her because she did address it on Watch What Happens Live the other day, but I forgot what she said.
Who, Giselle?
Yeah,
she's telling the story, and she's not a fan of Stacey, so we know how that's going to go.
Oh, well, that's true. Because he did ask her, did she get her money?
Yeah.
I mean, did he get his money?
I don't know. I'm looking forward if Candace come back. I'm ready to see her like in the motherly. Because she said she only left because she knew she was pregnant and she didn't want to be around them.
To be honest, I don't have any expectations for Potomac. I'm not looking forward to anything, but I'm going to watch it.
They have been a letdown the last 2 seasons.
I'm going to watch it and see what happens.
It's going to be weird without Karen.
Potomac has been one of those they going with the flow type of shows this last couple seasons where it's just like whatever happens, happens. Like, you know how like they build up to shit like we've been saying? I feel like Potomac hasn't been given that.
Well, and Karen's in prison. Maybe she'll FaceTime somebody from prison.
Who is she FaceTiming from prison? Who? How is she FaceTiming from prison?
No, they be having FaceTime. They be having like phones in prison. They be on live. Instagram Live and stuff. Yeah, they be on live and everything.
That's ratchet.
It is. But we're going to wrap this up because I got to go home and chart for work.
Yes, go to work, honey.
All right, it's been fun.
We'll see what happens when we coming back after 2 more episodes, 3 more.
If they're interesting.
Yeah.
Because the last 2 were very dud.
Fingers crossed.
All right.